gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning into the WBM podcast. This is one of your hosts. It's your boy, Merc.
Yo, welcome back, everybody. This is your boy, X-Fer. Welcome back, welcome back.
And this is your boy, Oski, in the mix.
In the mix.
You already know.
Guys, we have an amazing episode lined up for you guys this week. We are talking, first Anime Corner, right?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, we're going to visit my anime corner one more time. I got more anime recommendations for you.
I'm excited about
That's
that
right.
Deadpool trailer. So we'll tell about the goats.
Deadpool True. I don't even know what it would be French.
Deadpool
but yeah.
and Logan?
Yeah, the third one, the trilogy coming out, the trailer. So that's going to be great. We're also going to be talking about...
Papaya.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking Fallout.
That Fallout series, let's go.
It just dropped, so again, we're going to have an awesome
Great
episode.
show.
Recap on that and our thoughts and 2 cents and so
Great
much
show.
more. But are you guys ready?
I'm ready, man.
Let's
do
go!
it.
Good stuff, guys.
Welcome back, everybody.
Yeah.
Welcome back,
We're
everybody.
going to ease into it this week. Just
Yeah,
ease
easing,
into
yeah.
it.
matter. All right.
Jesus, every time.
So,
Don't forget, really quickly, we're going to mention we're going to be a Comic Police of 2024.
Are we?
this year.
When?
May 24th to the 26th
And
When?
where at?
Where is it?
at the George R. Brown Convention Center.
So we
Oh.
are going to be there. Stay tuned to the episode for the weekly update.
That's right. We're going to have the details now. The time and the place we'll be at.
Yes. So look forward to those announcements in
Yeah,
the coming
at the
episodes.
very end of the episode.
Yeah, or stay tuned to our social media.
Stay
You'll see the
tuned.
announcements there too.
That's right, guys. Make sure you're following us.
On Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
TikTok while they're still alive.
Yes. While it's still kicking, for the next 9 months to a year.
And, get the podcast wherever you get your podcast.
That's
and
right.
you can now find all our
Wherever
episodes
it's
on
allowed.
YouTube.
On YouTube, ladies
That's
and
right,
gentlemen. That's right.
HBO Max, you'll see.
We decided to put the plug at the beginning.
Yeah. Let's get straight into it.
Let's get straight into it. I got my list here.
Go ahead, Suki.
I
Send it
got
to the
my
to the one.
list.
This sponsorship is that computer company that we hire that does the sending.
Okay, as you know, Oski's Anime Corner, I'm going to give you some anime hits. Some of them are little hidden gems. Other are really popular anime. But all of this anime is anime you should be watching now.
That's right.
Let's go.
Boku no Pico.
That's
I
good.
don't think that one has to make the list, but hey, if you know what it is. One of the next titles I have on there is actually a hit. It's a hit. And I had to put it on the list because it's a very good place to also get into anime if you haven't been into anime for a while. Dragon Ball Super.
Oh, yeah.
Let's not forget there was a Dragon Ball series, very recent, that really brought back the popularity of Dragon Ball and all things Dragon Ball.
It did.
The creator just passed away recently, as we had
Rest
covered
in peace.
in our last few episodes.
To the goat, Akira.
And
Akira.
if rewatching Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, the originals, sometimes the pacing can be really hard to rewatch.
Yeah.
But if you're already familiar with the story, if you watched it as a kid and just dropped anime and want to get back into it, Dragon Ball Super is a really good place to just get back into it.
It is.
you know?
It's a good pick-me-up. Yes.
The first few arcs recap some of the films that came out, like Battle of the Gods and Resurrection F.
Yeah, Resurrection F.
And then from there, it goes into a future Trunks saga.
Which I loved, dude.
Yeah, Goku Black saga. Him as the main villain. It's actually a really good arc.
That was one of my favorites because it brought back a lot of cool concepts for time travel, right?
Yeah.
Comes
Yeah.
back into DBZ.
Time travel, multiverse, different realities.
And Future Trunks.
Yeah.
We get Future Trunks again, which
Yeah,
was
man, I
a
missed the
fan
guy.
favorite,
Yeah.
from years ago. But I really feel like they rebranded what was Dragon Ball Z of that and gave it a good twist.
Yeah.
And the whole concept of Goku Black, Zenitsu, right?
Yeah.
Samasu.
Zamasu.
Yeah.
And those characters or whatever. I mean, great concept. I mean, the fact they had to destroy an entire universe,
Yeah.
is
Man.
fucking insane.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
a lot of crazy stuff happens, and then some other shit happens, but towards the end, we get the big tournament. It goes back to a tournament,
Classic anime.
to a tournament trope. The big tournament of power, this time set up as a battle royale, another anime trope.
Yes.
But it's like a big ass battle royale between the universes, the multiple universes in the world at this time, in Dragon Ball at this time.
Yeah.
That's correct. Yes.
And it's epic. I mean, we get introduced to a new form for Goku, Ultra Instinct.
Oh man.
Yeah,
when that was being teased at, dude, that was one of the biggest hype.
Yeah.
Like, that was a moment for sure.
Yeah. So I mean, just a good, really popular one to get into. If you
Yes.
haven't watched it, if you want to rewatch it because the creator passed away, really good anime. It's on the list.
Yeah, and it's
Uh,
you can get caught up right now. I mean, there's only a few seasons.
Yeah, it's only 130 episodes.
That's
One
nothing.
season, 130 episodes.
Yeah, remember the seasons back then used to be like 50 episodes.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
You know,
So, I mean,
100 episodes. but
it doesn't have true seasons. It's divided into arcs, but it's just a quick 130 episodes.
Yeah.
If you could call that quick.
I mean, for the whole series of Super, that's not bad. You know,
True.
As always, you could catch it on Crunchyroll, subbed and dubbed. And that one always gets nominated for the best voice artist performance.
I could see that.
So check it out.
That makes sense.
Next on my list, I got Heavenly Delusion, Tengoku Damakyo. So Heavenly Delusion, it came out a few months ago. You could catch it on Hulu. You could only catch it on Hulu. But it's very interesting, very, very, very cool. Basically, this girl and this guy are traveling to a post-apocalyptic Japan.
Ooh.
And there's monsters that eat people or that absorb people, and
Like creatures or like human monsters?
like creatures.
Oh.
The thing is, the show doesn't give you a lot of there's a lot of mystery of what the creatures are or what happened to destroy the world. They call it the fall.
Oh, cool. Okay.
But man, it's it's kind of funny because I mean basically it's a road trip anime where they're like trying to get to like different parts.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Like he's searching for a specific place, and then she's searching for some people from her past. So they're basically searching and traveling through Japan. 12 episodes, really quick. Towards the end, it gets really dark, and there's some big ass plot twists.
Okay.
But it still leaves a lot to mystery. So I think that's where it has the weakness, where it's like there's too much mystery. Like it doesn't tell you anything.
More questions than answers?
More questions than answers. You know.
Did it
Is the build up for next season or?
It is a build up for next season.
That was my question. I was like, is there going to be a season 2? That was
Yeah.
my...
Is there going to be a season 2? I don't know. I mean, I don't know how popular it
Oh,
was.
man,
I know the
hate
manga
that.
keeps on going and going and going and going. So the manga does keep going. So
I
there's-
love that. However...
There's definitely more story. But they definitely ended at a place where it was like, well, what's going to happen next?
Oh, man.
And the main character, man, it's got this whole crazy subplot of the main girl. That she had a traumatic experience in her past in which so there's a brother and sister, and the crazy experience in the past, the brother got killed by one of these creatures, and then somehow his brain got transplanted to his sister. So it's him.
What?
So it's him in the body of her.
But so she's dead then?
More questions than answers.
Okay. So because that would be the question, right? Like, obviously, if he has her body,
Then
then
she's got to be dead.
she's got to be dead. Or
Yeah.
did her brain get transferred to somebody else as well?
I don't know.
I mean, if it got done to him, why couldn't it be done to her?
Yeah.
So,
So I mean, I'm right there giving you a big,
I
a big
mean-
plot twist, but at the same time, it's a hook, you know.
That's really fucking cool.
And there's some fucked up shit that happens. Like imagine that, and then you being like essayed, you know, by a guy that you trusted as a kid.
I see more fucked.
Yeah, no. I mean, this anime gets dark, but at the same
First
time,
episode, huh?
Recommended.
No,
no. At the same time, I recommend it because it's a really mature storyline. I mean, I'm also giving you some mature anime because you know
We're adults here.
We're adults here,
absolutely.
and anime is not just for kids, as I've said it on my recommendations. So there's some of them that are really dark and mature.
So for those of you who don't know,
Now you know.
Parental advisory.
I just got 3 more on my list. I'm just gonna run through them really quick. Hell's Paradise.
Oh,
That was
so
a good one.
fucking good.
That's a really good one.
The
So
thing is,
good.
like on that one, like I could tell when like B team showed up because they were getting pulled to like the Jujutsu Kaisen JJK because that was fantastic.
And AOT right at the same time.
Yeah, man. So I
Yeah.
can see like C team or B team showed up.
Because it's by
like,
Mappa.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But hey, man, it wasn't like the story part ain't black because there's so much mystery. I could tell, like, man, they really put the budget in this. Like, it would have been like season 1 would have been spectacular because episode 1 was just fantastic.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, man. Like for the first 12 episodes that dropped, I think
It's
originally.
12 episodes, yeah. And I mean, that one's left with a big ass cliffhanger.
Huge cliffhanger.
Yeah,
I was
man.
really expecting at least another episode or two before we got to the mid-season like break. But man,
But that one's pretty popular. I'm sure that one will get a second season.
if you haven't seen Hell's Paradise, that has great like story. The fights are really fucking cool in my opinion. The fights, the powers are pretty creative and shit like
yes,
that.
basically, the worst criminals in Japan, and back in like a couple hundred years ago,
Yeah.
they get sent to this island, this supernatural island, which they don't know if it's paradise or it's hell.
Yeah.
And you know,
Supposedly, like the immortality elixirs there.
Yeah.
the power of immortality is there.
Yeah.
But when they get there, they realize there's a bunch of different like religions and things that are all combined that shouldn't exist there.
That's crazy. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
That one also
overlap.
gives you a lot of questions, more questions than
Yeah,
answers.
definitely more questions than answers.
But it does answer enough to where, like, okay, I know.
Yeah,
what's
well,
going
you
on.
feel suffice. You're not left in wondering, everything.
And that's something about some of these animes. It's like you can't set up too many questions.
Yeah, if you leave me wondering, like, what the fuck, that's a hard.
Attack on Titan did that masterfully. If I could like segue or deviate there, Attack on Titan did it masterfully, where he set up a lot of questions, but it also gave you a lot of answers.
Towards the end, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Heavenly Delusion got nominated for Best New Series, Best Director, Best Cinematography, Best Drama, and Best Opening Sequence. Hell's Paradise got nominated for Best New Series, Best Character Designs, Best Art Direction, Best Fantasy, Best Anime Song, Best Opening Sequence, Best Voice Actor's Performance.
Damn.
You could catch Hell's Paradise on Crunchyroll. The next two are Slice of Life animes. Horimiya, The Missing Pieces.
Okay.
This one's Hori to Miramiya-kun. It's basically about just a boy and a girl in high school. They got their secret lives that they keep out of school. And somehow they connect out of school, and they only show that secret self to each other. And that's how romance ensues. That one had a second season called Peace, The Missing Pieces, which was just like random stories in between in their high school life, because the end of the first season was like their graduation. And this one's a romance anime that concludes, like, by their graduation, he proposes, and they're supposed to spend their life together.
That's cool.
Mochi.
Really good romance anime, actually. I really liked it. Very slice of life.
It's a slice in life. The Wolverine Deadpool trailer. That's what it looks like.
No, Asi-kun's got one more.
Oh, my bad.
One more. This
bad.
one got nominated for Best Romance and Best Slice of Life. Last one I wanted to bring up. Last one. Insomniacs After School. So this one's about a boy and a girl. They're insomniacs. They can't sleep because they got their shit going on, stress, anxiety.
Okay.
And apparently 1 in 4 people in Japan have sleep disorders, which you learn in this anime. And it turns out to be true. 1 in 4 people in Japan really do have sleep disorders.
Really?
It's a really big problem over
Bros
there.
are working 12-hour days, bro.
Exactly, because their work schedules, even like young people. Like, of course, this one's about high school students.
Yeah.
But they bond over their insomniacs.
Okay. Oh.
And this one's about they start an astrology club, and they get into astrophotography, which is taking photos of stars. And you learn a lot about that specifically, about photography of the stars. Every episode is named after a constellation. So just really cool details like that. And
That's
it's very
cool.
real, very relatable, because I've dealt with insomnia in my life.
Yeah.
Even just recently. So it's like, oh, I can relate to that. I appreciate Slice of Life more and more just because how relatable it is.
That's very cool, man.
That's a genre. You could catch that one on High Dive, actually.
That's right.
Hi, David.
Both of those are best romance and best Slice of Life type animes. And as always, you can use our code on High Dive, WBM6969, to get an error code today.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Go get your error code now.
So don't ever forget, get that error code.
I love that fucking.
But High Dive is a super low price, so you don't need a code.
WBM to get the error code down today, guys. 100% off that error code.
That's right. Hey,
That is my.
that's on us.
I went over time. I'm so sorry. That is my anime corner.
I love it.
No, it was great. It was great. My bad.
I love it. But you know what that Slice of Life reminds me of?
There we go. Deadpool and Wolverine.
That's right.
Put a Wolverine.
I'm excited, man. I saw the trailer, man. It looked fantastic, bro.
It did. It looks fucking.
So what's the
You know,
lore?
the best part.
What's the lore behind them in the comics?
In this one, we have no idea.
No, but the comics. What's the lore?
So the lore between Deadpool and Wolverine is that they were both in the same Weapon X program, correct?
Yeah, they were both Weapon X.
They were both Weapon X, but
Yeah.
Wade got a different variation because apparently, like, we're
Well,
Wolverines.
every weapon had a different.
every
Yeah.
weapon has a different ability. But
Like,
with-
wasn't Sabretooth also a Weapon
Yes.
X? And,
Yes.
What were the other ones?
Captain America was like number one.
Really? He's also part of
he's
Weapon
part
X?
of Weapon X. Everybody was like trying to chase
that's
the
right.
dragon.
Weapon X was meant to like copy Captain America.
Yeah,
It was
they were chasing the dragon.
It
ever
was
since
like
the first one.
everybody's trying to make it their own super soldier.
Right.
Oh.
There's that Omega Red.
Omega Red. That's the one I
Omega
was
Red
thinking.
is another one of the
thinking.
Weapon X.
That one's cool, man. I love them. In
They're all
Marvel vs.
Canadian
Capcom.
superheroes.
Yeah, a lot of them are. But it's interesting. I found out that the reason why the healing factors between them are different is because where Wolverine's is meant to actually like heal his body to bring him back to where he was. Wade's healing factor is meant for his cancer specifically. It's not necessarily meant for his healing for his body, but it does that too.
The cancer, it takes the cancer to its ultimate point.
Yeah,
which is like taking over the whole body.
Right, but he's like constantly in pain because of that, because he's constantly dying. Like all of his new cells are like, as soon as one dies, he's got more to replace it, but that process still happens for him. You know, it's still a fucked up situation. Yeah.
Is that why he gets loony, or he was always loony?
He was kind of always loony, but like that really sent him over the edge.
Initially, he was a little more serious, but then they decided to make him loony.
Yeah. His earlier comics were not like how he had a different person.
Yeah, he was supposed to be an assassin.
Right.
Yeah, and then they added the whole crazy person in his head, and it worked.
It worked really well.
And as Deadpool fanatics, do you think Ryan Reynolds respects like the lore or like
1,000%?
Or he just fucks around with it?
No. Like he has like read the comics. Whenever he went in for Blade, that actually happened. I don't know. It was somebody came up to him and was like, "Bro, if they ever do
Blade for Origins, right?
Was it Origins? I thought it was Trinity."
Are you talking about
Blade? They asked him about Deadpool back then.
Yeah. I think somebody came up to him and was like, "Bro," and they gave him comics or something like that. They were like, "If they ever make a Deadpool movie, you should do it." And he's like, "Okay, I don't know what the fuck that is." And ever since then, he got the comics. He started reading them. Yeah, like it was something that he had been looking into for a long time. Because Origins, the reason why he did Origins was because he wanted to do it for so long.
A fan.
Yeah, and they said, because he told him, I didn't agree with this image of what Deadpool was originally supposed to be. He's like, but I was told by the director that if I didn't do it, somebody else is going to fucking fill the shoes. And if that happens, then for me to get the title of Deadpool is almost going to be impossible. Because he's going to be linked to another person. So they basically like they strong-armed his ass. You know, to be like, if you want to have any name or affiliation with Deadpool, this is your opportunity.
Wow,
this is why
interesting.
You have to do it. Yeah,
gotcha.
so he didn't even want to. But
it was either him or Shawn Michael Scott. The guy, Stifler from American Pie. That's my choice.
Oh my god, I'm about to say, bro,
that's my choice.
That's not a bad one.
Yeah, like, you know, I thought about it. I was like,
that's not terrible.
I can see that.
Yeah, that works. That works pretty well. I would watch that.
Fantasy casting.
Yeah, I would watch that. I would watch that.
If Ryan Reynolds ever like gives up the mantle and like decides to Hugh Jackman it, like Hugh Jackman is like, I'm out, you know.
That's true.
Yeah. But hey, kudos to Hugh Jackman to come back.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, man, I can't believe they got him to come back because he said after Logan he was done.
That was it. That was supposed to be where it finished.
But I'm guessing, I mean, there must have been a lot of things. So it's like,
he's
hey,
cool
man,
we're
gonna give you the comic accurate suit. The fact that he's cool as fuck with Ryan.
Yeah.
The story's gonna be great. You know, Deadpool and Wolverine hate
and it doesn't change the original story of the movie that you did. Like you still go out the thug ass way that you went out, which is something. I think
it might give it a good ending,
right?
Yeah. Because from what I understand, it's a different timeline. From what I understand, the trailer it's like a different timeline.
So this Wolverine apparently fails his universe in some way, shape, or form.
That's hinted at in the trailer,
right? So
and
we don't
also it's
know.
hinted at in the trailer that a lot of movie happens in the void. You know, like all the villains that come up in the trailer are
the bald lady in the trailer. That's Magneto. That's a female Magneto.
No. That's Charles Xavier's evil twin sister.
Theory. That's a theory. Hasn't been confirmed.
I think it's Magneto's female variant.
That's cool. That's a cool way to think about it.
That's another theory, but everybody's leaning more into the fact that he's Charles' twin sister. Or it would be a variant where Charles is female.
An evil female Charles.
Any chance we could ever get an Onslaught on cinema? No way, right? He's impossible.
Well, I mean, you know what?
I would love to see.
Go watch the FX series Legion for that.
Do you get to see Onslaught and Legion?
Well, it's his son.
It is his son. Yeah. It's his evil.
Oh, I thought Onslaught
son.
was Xavier that went mad because of Magneto.
That's his son.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, no, it's
Onslaught is his son, right?
Onslaught, no. Legion is his son. Onslaught is like the evil variant that is like
my bad, gang.
And even then, honestly, I want to say
I got a little confused with Legion.
There's one with Onslaught. I don't know if it's Magneto that snaps, or I'm sorry,
no,
Xavier that snaps.
It snaps because Magneto had something because he had something happened that where like in case his helmet came off, and then that fucked with Xavier's brain and like. It was all the evilness that Xavier like tolerates came out instead.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, something like that. And Onslaught was like impossible to kill because it was like God tier Xavier.
Yeah. From what I know, like there was the big three died there: Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America all died
to stop Onslaught.
And then you know what? They were gonna they had a funeral and everything like that for him. But it turns out that Reed Richards' son Franklin Richards actually he has the ability to create like pocket dimensions.
Yeah, he's Omega. He's a god, pretty much.
So he made a pocket universe where another Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America were alive. He sped up the universe to get them where they were at before they died. Pocket. Pulls them out of that universe and brings them back, and that's how they made it back to that continuity.
Comics, am I
Am
right?
I right? I mean, hey, and I guess it worked, obviously. I mean, but
that's pretty much a god right there.
Comics like that.
Well, okay, you know what? There's another crazy ass version of Onslaught where it's like it was in modern day where it was. Red Skull gets the brain of Professor Xavier after he dies to tap into his power, and he does it, but he like also goes crazy, kind of sort of in the process. But it's like Red Onslaught. Yeah. That's what it is. It's Red Onslaught. Yeah.
I wanted to mention in the trailer the variant, some of the variant villains that you see. You see the Toad from the first X movie.
Oh, do you really?
Wow.
Like if you pause it, all the villains that stand in front of Ant-Man's skull.
That's Darth Vader, bro.
The big Ant-Man skull that you see in the trailer.
So the Ant-Man skeleton was interesting.
Yeah, because that's from Old Man Logan, I think. Or something.
The Ant-Man skeleton?
Oh, there was one where he's walking by. Remember that panel?
Yeah.
Where it's fucking Hank Pym's suit and but he's like dead.
But
you can see like the skeleton and shit.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good
that's
pull.
Interesting. Yeah, man. I saw someone's breakdowns and I was like, man, that's cool.
That's good.
But all those villains, that group that stands in front of the Ant-Man skull.
I didn't even know there was a group
people are saying maybe that's Toad from X1. The girl with the long claws would be from X2.
Oh, I heard that she's coming back.
Yeah.
I heard she's coming back.
So you got different villains pulled from all the movies. So I think that'd be pretty dope.
That is pretty dope.
They're holding that back, but I think they kind of teased it in the trailer too. We're like,
I don't think we're done with my prediction is that we're not done with just part 3. I think he's gonna go for
I've heard a lot of shit is happening. I heard Gambit's coming out, bro.
Kill the universe.
Oh yeah,
Channing
Tatum's supposed to
make his final appearances
with homegirl from Logan X-23.
X-23
no, but I'm saying post Deadpool Wolverine, which I'm sure is gonna be fantastic. They're gonna make a 4th one where he kills the universe like he does in the comics.
Oh,
man, I don't know because supposedly there was a lot of friction with Disney, so I honestly don't think that.
Really, I hadn't heard any of the Man,
I heard there's been a lot of friction with Disney. I don't know how true those rumors are.
I did not know that. That's interesting.
But I mean, he finally got the product that he wanted. I mean,
rated R, right?
Yeah, rated R. He's going to put out the movie that he wanted, but there was enough friction to where I would think he wouldn't come back for another one.
How funny?
Not anytime soon.
Who, Reynolds or
Reynolds?
Oh, okay.
No, I think Hugh Jackman is after done.
Yeah, he's done.
He's done.
The fact that he even came back, bro, 24 years, the longest running career of a live action superhero. 24 years handed to Hugh Jackman.
Because he was in the first superhero movie to be a hit. 2000 X-Men.
He was the first X-Men, bro.
And honestly, most people are cursed with he's this character. He's
not typecast.
Yes.
He was the one who broke, who actually never got put in that shit because Hugh Jackman was that fucking good, bro.
Yes, bro.
He's just a really good standalone actor.
Prisoners?
Prisoner? Ooh, bro, him in Prisoner was great. That's a real dad.
Facts,
that was the shit that he did is what a real dad would do in Prisoner, bro.
Even fucking doing musicals and shit. The Greatest Showman.
The Greatest Showman? The motherfucker can sing and dance? You're like, what?
Les Miserables.
Which one?
The Miserables, the Miserables.
Oh, that's right. He sings in that one too, bro.
Fucking musicals.
Yeah, man.
He can do it all. Drama, superhero.
He really does, man.
Yeah, man. He's not typecast. He's one of those actors that he's not typecast. Yeah.
Speaking of other actors that are not typecast. Oh, is that a good segue? I don't know.
Yeah, no, yeah. Oh, papaya.
Oh, shit.
Papaya.
Hey. The EMPs just hit, boys. It's crazy out here.
Bango.
When that movie comes out, when Deadpool and Wolverine comes out, we'll definitely watch it and we'll bring you a full review.
Absolutely. Stay tuned for that one, guys.
Facts.
But next, we're going to talk about a little Prime Video show, which came out about 2 weeks ago. Oh, it's already been 2 weeks.
It's been a little
Fallout,
bit,
baby.
But Fallout on Prime Video. Don't forget to use code WBM6969.
Get the error code
right now.
But definitely love Fallout on Prime Video, man. I binged the whole thing in 3 days.
Okay? I did mine too.
It dropped it. I watched it in 3 days.
Yeah.
Okay, I watched it over the weekend. It was just that good. Yeah. I really liked it.
These guys actually put me on it. I had saw it. I had seen the
You
trailer.
all played the game, right? You played the game?
I played the game.
So so you guys felt very comfortable watching it, or?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, like you saw some of the references from the game.
I love the breakdown at the very beginning. She's just like, my stats are okay. You know, like
those were
my
stats.
fighting-
were
Those
the
are character
stats.
stats.
Those are your
Those are the
character stats. You have to build your
Yeah.
character every time. They were like, my fighting, my combat style is this. My
Yeah.
shooting style is this. And this is that. And I was like, bro, I'm fucking walking. Where's the charisma? What's your charisma at? You know, like that was one of my questions.
Yeah.
You know? But it was so cool to see some of those walkthroughs. The way that they looked at the walkies or the
Pip-Boys.
the
Pip
Pip-Boys.
Boys, yeah.
The pause menu is you looking at the Pip-Boy.
Yep.
It's your forearm like this, and that's the screen or whatever for the pause menu.
Yeah.
So when they did that in the actual show, I was like, oh, very fucking callback.
Yeah.
He very, very cool. Very, very
Dang.
cool.
No, man, it's a really good video game adaptation. Like, we have entered...
Spoilers. There's gonna be spoilers,
Oh, yeah,
obviously.
we're gonna
Like
get
hell is
into
fucking
spoilers
spoilers.
of Fallout.
Yeah, watch
Well,
it. Go watch
I
it on
mentioned most
Prime
of-
Video now.
We have entered an era of, like, good video game adaptations.
Yeah,
Yo,
I mean,
we have.
yeah.
We finally hit the era. The 90s tried to do it. They couldn't do it. Early 2000s tried to do it. Some hits,
Yeah, man.
a lot of
So,
misses.
because we had The Last of Us, and
That's true.
Sonic. Sonic is a great video game adaptation,
yeah,
bro.
it's
Yeah.
good Sonic. But now we have Fallout, and you know it doesn't try to tell a story.
Cyberpunk. Sorry.
Cyberpunk.
It doesn't try to tell a story of like it doesn't try to retell a story from one of the games. It's like
Adds
centered on its own original story because Fallout is such a big universe
Yeah.
where there's so much lore where they could do their own standalone story.
Yeah.
I love that. I
A
love
lot of
that.
fact they set it in a completely different year,
Right.
and
But it's within
you
that
could-
world.
Yeah, it was within the world.
And that's what I love. Like when he says that, I'm like, you're right. You don't have to tell the same story that's going on in that world. Just in this world, tell me a story. And there's so many fucking versions
yeah.
of that you
Yeah.
can go.
I did because I seen clips on like social media where like they show like in the game the kill shots whenever you kill
Oh, yeah, the slow-mos.
down. And then in the show they show that whenever
Yeah.
the ghoul is doing the same thing.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, it's very appropriate. 'cause-
Yeah, yeah.
And it's very
That was
interesting because
definitely-
because I've never played the games.
Yeah.
But I as a enjoyer of the show, I can appreciate without knowing the lore of what I'm watching.
It was really fucking cool, man.
Yeah.
And I love that they did a lot of prosthetics.
Oh yeah, that's one thing. Some people were asking, do I have to know anything about Fallout before watching the show?
None.
The answer is no.
Not a
No.
fucking thing.
No.
Yeah, I'm one of them. I'm one of them.
As a Fallout player, I played Fallout 3, but I didn't even finish it, and I didn't play any of the other ones. So I know a little bit of the lore, but I'm not a Fallout like full in.
Right.
But I watched the show and I loved it. And I didn't have and my sister who watched it as well, she doesn't know anything about Fallout, but she was able to watch it and just get into
Yeah.
it as much.
I agree. So the only one I've ever played also was Fallout 4. I played the game because I got it for free. I was procrastinating to play it. I finally got into it. It was a cool game. I really enjoyed it at the time. I was like, I shouldn't have waited so long to play it. But even knowing that, it doesn't follow any of the exact storyline, but it gives you a rough outline of what to be expecting in this world.
Absolutely, because like
That's it.
because I read about the games 1, 2. It's like they kind of connect, but at the end of the day, they're all individual stories. Like Nico
Right.
said earlier, it is like it's such a big world that you can have individual lores within
Yes.
the
Oski, also known as Tika.
in the mix. But at the end of the day, there's characters because they bring and they explain very well because again, I never played the game. The like for example, like the factions,
Oh, the faction.
the Brotherhood, etc. You know, the California Republic, the Dwellers themselves. They're a faction.
The California Republic plays a big part in one of the games.
Yes.
So it sticks to the canon. By this time, they're like almost destroyed, but it plays a big part in one of the games.
Nice.
Well, what I really enjoyed was, again, spoiler, at the very end, the very last episode, it shows the town that the dad is heading to. If I'm not mistaken, in 4, that's the main big city that you end up like going to.
No. The town that he's heading to is New Vegas.
It's Vegas for Fallout.
Oh,
Vegas.
is that what
From
that
Fallout
is?
Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's New
Oh.
Vegas.
See, now I got to play Vegas, bro. I just want to see.
I
it,
just
you
wanna
know?
survive.
Actually, that's the best game of the series.
Really? And
Yeah.
that was the one that I didn't play. You know,
Fallout New
I mean,
Vegas.
other than the other ones,
Yeah.
obviously.
Yeah.
But I had seen that one come out, and I was like, but then I'd heard some negative reviews. But of course, bad news spreads a whole lot quicker than good news does.
Yeah.
So I was
That's a good
deterred
one.
from it, but I heard it's a really, really.
Supposedly, that's the best game in the series.
Yeah,
New Vegas.
Yeah. Because I heard there was some fun shit that you can do in there. Like you can actually, I think it's got online. Like you can
Yeah.
work with different groups to do
Well,
shit, right?
The one that had the really bad press was 76, which was mostly an online
online
story.
Oh,
yeah.
that was 76.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
yeah.
I know. I got those confused. I forgot there is New Vegas, or right? Is that what it is? New
Yeah.
Vegas.
New Vegas.
And then there's 76. 76 is the one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
And the characters themselves, man, they're really like memorable. Like one of them is the Ghoul.
The Ghoul.
He's one of my favorite characters, bro. Like, cause he does look like a villain, but within this villain, there's still human inside him.
Yeah,
Yes.
when you learn the whole backstory
Oh man,
of everything that happened,
he had every right to become a villain.
And it's crazy that he's lived now for
Over 200 years.
Do they explain that why people have live over 200 years? Is that?
The radiation exposure.
Like when you become a ghoul, you're basically immortal as long as you keep taking that medication.
Otherwise, you will eventually turn to a full-on ghoul.
You eventually turn into like a mindless monster.
And that's when you see them. They're like, "My name is Eric.
Yeah.
My name is Eric."
Oh, that one
that's
guy.
them trying to. And the other old lady too had the same situation. But anyway,
They're them trying not to lose their mind.
it's them trying to hold on to the last little bit of sanity that they
what
have.
about
I guess
like-
the way that he explains it is that as long as he keeps getting that medication,
Those
he's
vials.
good. Yeah.
Oh, so like the dad, like the main bad guy.
Yeah.
Yes,
What's his name?
He's got the same shit. I'm sure.
He's technically a ghoul.
It's like another
He's a
version.
ghoul, yeah.
Yeah, they have to. Him and the other girl, the lady, the main one that's calling the shots at the very end.
Yeah.
They have to be
Oh,
ghouls of
they're
some sort.
ghouls to a
Yeah.
degree.
Because they met 200 years ago.
Okay, because I was like, I wanted to explain their
it's
mortality.
weird
I
that
think
she
they
didn't
figured
have-
out. They
it's
figured
weird
out
that
their
she didn't-
immortality
She
thing.
didn't have any like you couldn't tell she was a ghoul.
That's what I'm saying.
I thought they were going to explain
I
that
think it's
somehow.
the high level.
But they
like-
didn't explain
It's
it.
a different chemical, I'm sure.
They figured out some
for the high
some-
class.
before the bombs dropped. They figured out some version of immortality for the upper level people.
Yeah, for the
That's what
executive.
I'm gonna assume.
For that, because you have to, because like in the show, they're like, "Hey, this is the executive," which I think is one of the good, what do you call those things?
Bunkers.
Yeah, one of the
Yeah.
good vaults.
Vaults,
Yeah,
right.
and what do you mean? Like they're not all good. It's like no, this like this.
You don't understand.
This executive
the wife,
one.
yeah, the one that
Man,
the wife
I
was
like
getting
that
mad
they
at.
have that.
I'm trying to get us to be
that
management.
Scene.
Management, yeah.
I like that they have that scene because that's a big part of the games. That some of these bullets are just experiments.
Yeah.
So I like that scene that they're like, you can each have a section of balls and run your own experiments,
With
and they
no-
start brainstorming.
Bro,
Yeah.
and they start
And-
spitballing
and
shit.
they mention stuff that
In the
actually
game.
happens in the game.
Balls
That's
from
crazy,
the games.
yeah.
Yes.
Which some of the balls were pretty crazy.
Fucking wild.
They had a ball with like 999 men and one woman.
Yes.
Jesus
And they had the
Christ.
ball where it was the other way around. 999 women, one man.
perfect.
They had a ball where like they invited families. It was under a school, but they killed all the parents and they trained the kids to be like the ultimate weapons.
Really? I didn't know about that one.
And then like the kids that didn't cut it got killed, and then they harvested the DNA of the kids that did cut it, and then made more, and then the cycle just kept going. They had a bolt where it was designed. The door was designed to malfunction,
Damn.
so the radiation would leak in, and
what
from
happens?
that bolt, like they all became ghouls eventually, and then people say that's where the original ghouls came from.
Oh.
That lore is kind of crazy because that bolt becomes quote unquote the city of the dead, and it's called Necropolis. I think that's in Fallout 1 or 2.
That's fucking sick.
They have bolts with all kinds of experiments.
Well, I
The
loved
bolts
it.
from the show is the
fucked.
experiments of like management gets pushed to ice, and every few years they unfreeze member of management to keep the bowl going.
Yeah.
That's
From,
crazy.
From 31, right?
Yeah, from 31.
That's the one that the one that we're talking about in the show where Homeboy had this idea. He's like, it just comes down to management. Like if you have good
Yeah.
management, things can like work.
Yeah,
probably
so
keep
that
it
was
good.
his experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that wasn't they weren't in a control bolt. The good ones are called control bolts.
Yeah.
They were in another experiment.
So
bolt.
Homegirl with the afro, who was the girl from Deadpool, bringing it back.
Oh,
That's her.
Yeah.
damn.
Oh, I didn't recognize-
But she's management. She was either born years ago or she's part of the plan where like
No, she's
she's part of the test. A good management handles the vault well.
No, she's the assistant. You know when homeboy, the husband, the assistant brings him in and he's like, "Hey, you gotta meet so and so. He's a really big fan of yours." That's her.
Oh, shit.
And she brings in, I forget the name, but the dad.
Yeah.
And then that's the big reveal. That's the dad. And then
Yeah.
you're supposed to connect. Then you connect it, and it's like, if that's the dad, then that's her. And she says what her name is. I forget at the time. But that's her. That's her.
Yeah.
She's there in the office.
Dang, I did not know that. I didn't catch
Yeah.
that. That's a good
You know,
one.
in the games, in part 2, because Vault 2 was about a guy named the Chosen One, and where he takes down the Enclave, which is who caused the nuclear explosions throughout the world. So he takes them down, and in that game, he partners up with all kinds of characters: a talking dog, a mutant, a ghoul, and a what's called a they look like dragons. They're called someone they have horns and shit.
No
Death
idea.
Claws. They're called Death Claws.
Death Claws.
But they talk about Death Claws. He talks like they're human. He's sentient. Like he speaks like a human being.
The Deathclaws are pretty crazy, man. I thought that we're gonna have them in the series. That would have been.
But that's what I'm thinking. Like, so I'm bringing it back to the show because I'm thinking that the homegirl, the main character, is like developing her like squad, just like the Chosen One had his squad. Was the Ghoul, a guy wearing the Maximus suit, that one dog that's chasing them around like randomly. I'm sure that next season he's probably gonna bring in a mutant or a Ghoul, a mutant or a Deathclaw into the scene to take down like that division of Vault-Tec.
I see that 100%. I can see
Does that
that.
make
like,
sense?
If they assembled that squad, they're Avengers, more or less.
Yes, because
you know?
that happened in Fallout 2. That happened because the Chosen Ones, like, oh, hey, Chosen, like, they gave you called the Chosen One. He took down the Enclave, which the perpetrators of the war. Like they had, like, although in the show they say Vault-Tec launched the nukes, they had a certain date on when to launch them. It was the Enclave in the games that did it before the Vault-Tec. Because the Vault-Tec was going to do it, but they had make management. They had a perfect date to do when to do it. Enclave was like, because to the degree the Enclave is in Vault-Tec.
They're like their own management department or whatever?
Well, no, they're like the ones that caused it. Because the Enclave's like the Illuminati per se. That's what they say, yeah.
I didn't know.
Interesting.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I haven't read that much into the lore.
Yeah,
that's
I
pretty
gotta
dope.
Man.
Yeah.
But if that's what the series goes, I'm down for the ride. Down for the ride. Like,
I mean, and if they really go to New Vegas in next season, there's so much from that game that was really badass.
That's so dope.
Yeah.
I watched a few videos. I didn't play it, but I watched a few videos about it, and that game was just.
Now I want to play it.
And
now
the storyline for me was also top tier. I think you could actually play it on Prime Gaming for free right now. Yeah.
Okay.
Amazon Luna is still a thing.
Yeah. The thing is, like, they don't like,
believe it or not.
Oh, they don't connect.
Just go WBM.
They don't connect, but they're like, well, they're not directly connected, but there's like some kind of connection.
They're in the same world, so
Yeah,
the
like-
things
so,
everything's
like,
still canon.
through the game, you do go to a New Vegas. You do go to Vegas in Fallout 2. And in the game, the Chosen One like has sex with somebody. So when you're in the game New Vegas, there's a certain like let's say like a family a mafia that runs it. He is the descendant of the Chosen One of Fallout 2.
Oh,
yeah. He was the one
That's
like
pretty cool.
yeah.
That's cool.
They kind of tie it together.
that is very cool.
Yeah.
Dope, man.
Well, the only
Although
thing
he never met his dad, but he's the one that connected New Vegas to make it run smoothly.
if I'm not mistaken, the one thing I do know about New Vegas is the fact that there is a really big choice that you're given. Do you know this one that I'm speaking of, Oski? No?
No.
So it's a choice where it's like to set off a nuke or not. Like to nuke or not to nuke, basically. It's like what it is.
Vegas? The New Vegas?
In New Vegas, if I'm not mistaken.
I think because the city that they're destroying is Shady Sands, the one in
in the series.
Yeah.
So there's a town
That happens in the game.
in Vegas.
So
New Vegas or 3 or 4?
no, I don't remember. I forgot the town that you have to destroy, but basically the option is given where there is a town that is slowly dying, right, because of radiation poison or exposure or something like that. Eventually, they're all going to die, right? And they're depleting the resources, or like they're in the way of another town getting water, and they're also going to die if they don't get it as well.
Yeah.
So you're given with the option of set off the nuke or not set off the nuke.
Yeah.
And that's one of like a big like, what the fuck? What do you mean set off the nuke, bro? But yeah, you basically have to kill an entire town or civilization of people in order to either let them live and eventually die out, or to try to save these other people that may die out unless they get their water now.
Oh damn.
Yeah, it's a wild plot twist with that.
It's
dude.
a wild. It's rough.
It's
I mean, and the show itself, going back to the show itself, is such a good show, man. I really like that they set up these 3 storylines to where like you got to follow each character. Maximus, the Ghoul, which we don't really get his name until later on, and
Homegirl.
Lucy.
Yeah.
So you set up the 3 storylines and almost a 4th, like almost like quote unquote secret storyline, which is the brother.
Dude,
No,
so much. I
brotherhood.
It's
love
like
it.
he's like the secret like 4 character. Like if it was a video game, he's like the secret 4 character, the DLC you would play later on.
Yeah.
Damn, that is good. That is
That's
good.
good. That's a good one.
So somebody broke it down like that, and I was like, "Yeah, man, that's perfect." Because you get the 3 main plot lines that you could play through, and then the 4 DLC secret plot line,
which
is her little brother, and he's the one that finds out everything about what really happened to the Bolts.
Yeah, that was really
in
cool.
Bolt 32 and what Bolt 31 really is.
Right.
Yeah.
But I love Lucy, man. Her actress, the actress Ella Purnell, she's got these big eyes.
Well, they're
Big
huge.
fucking eyes, man.
Bigger than my future.
What is that?
From Bad Boys 2. Remember, you got some cool fucking fish, but they got some big fucking eyes. You remember that? We was all fucked up on ecstasy. Anyway.
Man. No, man, but she did great in the role. You know, if you recognize her voice, she plays Jinx in Arcane.
Oh, does she really?
Yeah, she voiced the Jinx.
Oh, that's cool as fuck.
In the
That's
Netflix
badass.
series.
That's sick.
That's cool. Well, you know what I thought was crazy or funny or wild is that like their whole vault was designed on like being good people. You know, being a good person will help you, do the right
Nebraska like breaks it down. Yeah.
thing. Yeah, how they
Oh
set
no,
up
it
those
was
shit.
based on merit. A merit society.
Merit.
Marriage
Yeah.
Society.
Yeah,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
And how remember she was
Which is like the ideal society. Like you work your way up, and then they qualify you based on your merit of accomplishment.
yes, and how whenever she met Maximus, she was like, "You're one of the most honest people I fucking know." She's like, "Tell you what, I hope you get your suit back, but you got to come back with like 5 of your boys.
Yeah.
Help me and my town out, and we'll be cool." He's like, "Bet, no problem." But I loved in the very end, whenever he actually got caught, he fessed up to the shit that he had did. He still came back with all of his boys.
Yeah.
He still kept his promise in the end.
Yeah, I mean,
I was
technically,
like,
yeah.
damn. I was like,
Yeah.
let's go. I thought it was a cool
and, like,
thing.
you can tell like each character is like one is hardcore villain, the ghoul.
yeah.
When-
Well, is he hardcore?
I don't know.
villain?
Well,
Hold on, well, I'll bring it back to Maximus.
Anti-hero.
Like, hold up. It wasn't until that big plot twist that it was like
Maximus plays like a neutral. Like he tries to do the right thing sometimes.
Yeah, but he just doesn't know what the fuck
he
he's
tries
doing.
to be a hero,
Yeah.
but just like the guy trying to fuck the chicken, he's like, let him go. But he's like, what
That
do I
was
do? He's trying to fuck my
hilarious,
chicken,
bro.
dog.
That was so fucking funny.
That character's hilarious. That was random as fuck,
Well, because the ghouls can't stand chickens, or they can't. They go crazy.
Yeah,
around
like
chicken
if
or
they go for
something.
the chicken, they're like full feral or whatever.
Oh wow,
That's like the test. Like they go for the chicken, they're fucking they
So,
lost it.
Oh.
and that guy turns out to be a ghoul
Yeah.
because he gives the medicine or quote unquote medicine to that one guy.
Yeah.
and
It's
it
all
turns
just-
him into a ghoul.
Yeah.
It's basically just his piss. No,
Yeah.
that'd be hilarious.
No, it's a
Just
medicine
his
that
piss.
cures anything, and I was like, oh, but it makes you.
I
a
thought he was
ghoul.
bullshitting, and then like he healed the food.
But I love that's got like weird. There's a weird thing like that happens in the game. Like you can make random side quests and people interact and like do random things like that.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility that that's well within the realms of some
Yeah.
weird
Yeah,
shit that you
become a
would do.
ghoul.
Yeah, like some weird shit that you would do that'd be like.
So it was pretty cool, pretty
Yeah,
random.
yeah.
But
I did
Maximus
like-
was like almost fueled by revenge too, because you find out that he was Shady Sands. He survived. Shady
Yeah,
Sands.
he was inside the
Was it Shady
fridge.
Sands? I forgot what the
It
name
is.
of the fucking
Is
town
yeah. Sandy Shores. I don't know.
Sandy Shore.
I don't know. I'm just
I
saying.
can't remember.
Anyway,
but,
whatever.
full Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
Like he survived inside the fridge.
Inside
That was
the
so
fridge.
hilarious.
That was funny.
That's all I thought about too, Indiana Jones.
But I did think it was cool how you like
Yeah.
put the mechs on like a top tier level. He's like, these are gods. Like these are like.
I love
and-
the idea, like that's your knight.
Yes.
You're
Yeah.
wearing your knight's red.
Yes.
It's badass.
And
No,
how-
but the whole thing that they're looking for old technology
And
to,
I love
to hoard
that.
it all.
It's fantastic.
Because it's a problem because it prevents the society from moving forward.
Yeah.
By,
Yeah.
by collecting that
And
technology.
I love their studies. What kind of machine is this? What kind of technology? Like they study it. Like they have to
Yeah.
study what they're looking for.
You know what the fuck we did for a fucking toaster? A
Yeah.
fucking
Toaster.
toaster. You know what the fuck you can do with a toaster? Nothing. Like, no, bro. Who was homeboy who took off the helmet? That actor's
Michael Rappaport.
Rappaport is hilarious, bro.
I was random as fuck.
It
dog.
was, but I loved it. He delivered it so well.
Yeah.
He must have really loved the games or
Yeah,
something.
man.
He's like, hey, I just want to be a cameo in the show.
Facts.
But his delivery is so well. He's like, you fuck. This is all your fucking
You're
fault.
gonna hang you for this.
You know? Yeah, I was like, oh shit, he's talking some wild shit out here, boy.
Yeah.
But
But he fast he didn't kill. He just watched him die.
yeah.
what's the difference, bro?
True.
And then at the end of the day, the Ghoul actually had the best storyline because
Facts, man.
we went on the flashbacks to like, hey, he actually lived before the bombs, and then you find out he's the
The salesman, the thumbs
yeah.
up boy.
The thumbs
Yeah,
up.
He's the,
Fall Out Boy or
mascot.
whatever,
He's
yeah.
the actual I forgot what they call him.
Wasn't it Fall Out Boy?
Well,
Danny
no.
boy or some shit. No.
I don't know. I'm fucking making shit up.
I
Vault
forgot what
Boy?
they call him.
Vault Boy?
Ball
Vault
Boy.
Boy.
Vault
yeah,
Boy.
Vault
Yeah, he was the
Boy.
original Vault Boy. Which I thought was really fucking cool.
Let's see if Suki can send me that right quick.
Yeah, ball boy. He's ball boy.
Well, I do like that. That's where he was like, "Yo, hit us with the famous thumbs up," and and that's why they're divorced.
That's
why
why.
he's just like, "What do you think, buddy?" Alimony. That's why his ass is over
At
here
the
working.
beginning, yeah.
in the very beginning, because once he realized that
'cause
this is
he
the
found
shit
out
that
the
he was,
truth.
yeah. And I love that his wife was the one because he was like, "Yeah, baby, set him straight. Put him on track where they need to be." He thought she was the guiding
And then
light.
she
was
was
the
in on it all.
the
Okay.
main one,
Yeah.
bro, who fucking swung
Man,
them.
that was a really good
What the fuck
reveal.
moment? Yes.
Yeah, man.
Yes, that was
Yeah.
done so well. But I
Yeah.
love that he consciously his heart couldn't sit right with it, so he left her.
Yep.
And got his daughter for the weekend or
Yeah.
whatever. And then again, what's the question? Where the fuck is my family? Where is this kid
Bro.
at,
Yeah,
bro? Like,
because if management got frozen or they found a way to like live keep living forward.
Right.
It's like his ex-wife and the kid are probably frozen
Have to
somewhere.
be alive somewhere. So
Yeah.
that's what he's trying
Bro,
to
I
figure
swear,
out.
if it's Vault 31 where Homegirl comes from, and that black lady with the afro is the daughter, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna lose my
No,
shit.
well, that was one of the theories that people kept saying is the daughter must be the black lady with the afro. But remember, the black lady with the afro was the assistant.
Oh, okay. But man,
But yeah,
that
man,
was...
that'd be badass. But
It
we have to
was,
wait.
it was a good theory, but
Yeah.
it got debunked really quick.
Guess you have to wait till season 2, guys.
That's right. Find out more.
Nah, but yeah, just the performances, loved it. I'm
Amazing.
gonna give it
All the way across the
Walton
board.
Goggins. He's a legend. He plays some other roles, and he's always great at them.
Facts.
I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10.
I can't wait till one day he comes to Comic Palooza.
He's actually been to Comic Palooza.
Oh man, I gotta
I
see him
want to see
again.
the doctor who got his fucking foot blown off, bro. That shit was crazy.
Speaking of Comic Palooza,
Hey, Comic Palooza!
Yes, let's plug it in before we're done.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Comic Palooza's coming up Memorial Day weekend,
what day?
May 24th through the 26th.
Where at?
At the George R. Brown Convention Center.
So make sure you get the tickets, guys, so we will be there live.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen, in
Yes.
Houston, Texas.
And we will have our first panel, as we mentioned, on May 25th, this Saturday, 10 a.m. in the morning.
At 10 a.m. at George R. Brown
So get
Convention
your
Center.
coffee, roll those balloonies,
And if you're one of those that stays for,
get the kolaches.
if you stay for the CP After Dark events
That's right, ladies and gentlemen.
On May 25th through the 26th, because we start at midnight.
at midnight, that's right. That's the real WBM midnight hour.
That is truly the midnight hour. man.
That is truly the midnight hour.
May 26th to the 26th at midnight.
26 to
CP
26.
After Comic Palooza After Dark.
That's right.
Check out our panel, Anime Tinder. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
The Yowie Hour.
Yeah, maybe we
Yowie
can...
Hour is 2 dudes. We're going to diddy this stuff.
Wow. All right. I don't know this guy. Can't stop. Won't stop.
That's what we mean.
All right, guys.
And
so
as
again-
always, I got some announcements here.
yeah.
Big announcement last week was all the Back to the Future cast.
Yes.
This week, we just got some comic book artists like Ryan Otley.
Mm-hmm.
He's a contributing creator to the Invincible series and a consultant for the hit Amazon Prime series.
Really?
So you can definitely talk to Ryan Otley about Invincible.
Very fucking good.
He's also worked with Amazing Spider-Man and Hulk.
The Amazing Spider-Man? Oh!
Yeah. So just a comic guest. And then we got the cosplayer guests, the cosplay contest judges and guests.
Okay.
Aethel Artistry, Nobis Cosplay, Beverly Downen, Stardust Megu, and Silverback Props. Check out Comic Palooza social media to learn more. Comic Palooza on Instagram, all that good stuff. As always, check out the VIP Speed Passes. Did you know that the Back to the Future Speed Pass is already sold out? So hopefully you're one of the lucky ones that got that Back to the Future Speed Pass.
That being said,
That's disappointing on my behalf. Anyway, all right.
But there's you can always go with the flashback, the anime, John Cena, horror, sci-fi,
if you see him.
and you can almost get a VIP pass. I mean, that almost qualifies as a Back to the Future Speed Pass.
facts.
You're not wrong.
You just get everything else going along with it.
That's right.
There is an autograph giveaway sweepstakes going on, so you could enter online for free autographs.
Suki, lower my sound effects, bro. I can't hear myself. Thanks.
Cosplay contest, as I already mentioned, and the Comic Palooza photo scramble and comic portfolio review. All of that is already going on, so there's always so much to check out before the actual con.
Oh, that's right. Isn't there a 365 event? CP 365 event coming out?
Oh yeah,
as well?
May the 4th.
May the
It's a Star
4th.
Wars event.
right.
Check
The
out
adventure begins.
Check out the social media for that.
And make sure Cinco de Mayo,
We got a chance to actually interview those people at
we'll be there.
the adventure begins to go check out all that.
Oh, we
episode
love
of
the
that.
Adventure Begins. That's where I go play One Piece.
That being said, guys,
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
it's been it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to the WBM podcast.
We start low on that one and then go high.
This is your boy Merc. Thank you so much for listening to this week's episode, and we hope that you guys are following us on our social medias at WBM_podcast on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter.
And don't forget, guys, you should be following us at Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, all that jazz.
That's right.
And find all the episodes on YouTube now.
And
Yes, sir.
YouTube, that's right, guys.
And this is your boy Oski in the mix.
In
the
the
mix.
mix.
As always, check out the website, WBMpodcast.com. You can email us at theboys@WBMpodcast.com. And check us out next week.
That's
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, we out here. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
And we'll see you at Comic Palooza, guys.
That's right.